And that's where the drama, all the unnecessary drama comes in.
Yes.
I may or may not have shed a tear yesterday, okay? This lady put something into perspective for me, and I learned so much about women, and women, there's something you can learn about men. She talks about both parties. I don't know where this lady has been hiding this entire time. I've watched 30 of her videos. Listen to this.
We interrupt them to get the feeling of connection back. Hi, honey. Text. We call. We open the home office door. Hi, honey. Hi. If they even lift their head. And then we went to get connection, and our attempt to connect was rejected. And now I'm even less safe than I was before. He's mad at me?
No, he's mean.
Is he mad? He's mean, or is he mad at me? Or why didn't he look up? Was it because of what I said to him this one? And we spin out. We spin out trying to figure out the why. But we don't come up with accurate answers because we answer our why questions with why a woman would have done that.
Wow. And that's where the drama, all the unnecessary drama comes in.
Yes.
Because we think they're reacting the way we would have, or that bad best friend that hurt us, or whatever, that woman that, whatever. And it's not even
just
the male.
9 out of 10 women don't understand this. Men prefer solitude. Not because we're damaged, not because we're cold, but because peace hits harder than fake conversations. A man's soul regenerates in silence. That's quiet mornings with no expectations. Long walks with the only voice we hear is the one we spent decades running from. And women call it loneliness because their brains crave chaos and constant stimulation. Men call it clarity. The moment you stop needing people to fill the gaps, you realize there weren't any gaps at all. Solitude is not emptiness. It's a king's private chamber, and in that quiet, you finally meet the man you were chasing your whole life. It turns out it was you all along.
I hate when men text me. This guy told me he likes to make croissants, and I don't give a Do you have a helicopter or no? A man that can make croissants and you're upset about that? Can you even make toast without burning it? If not, I don't want to hear it. And the reality is, even if he did have a helicopter, you would just move the goalpost anyways. And he never wins. And what's crazy about stuff like this is you never see women talk about what they can bring into the relationship that justifies wanting a man with a helicopter. Do you even bring anything that he would want?
Can we please bring back the 90s men?
No, we cannot. No, y'all keep asking for shit that's never gonna happen. No, we are not going to bring back 90s men. No. Few discretion advised.
The men who adored you for real, the men who really loved you, the men who begged for your love, like the ones who cared about you for real, the ones who, it don't matter who around, they're gonna show their love for you. Like, bring back the nice men, bring back the respectful men, bring back the men who don't feel like they have to be hoes, please. Because these pit bulls y'all got out here, keep them.
You know what? In order for us to bring back 90s men, right, it would require y'all to be 90s women. And you making this video automatically disqualifies you from being that. Y'all talk about 90s men like y'all was actually dating them. Y'all don't know what those men were actually like. Was the music better in the 90s? Yes. Do I think relationships were in a better space? Yes. But what it would require for you to have a 90s man, you are not prepared to do because your mind is in today's day and age. Y'all ain't even trying to go 50-50. 90s men were notorious for going 50-50. It was a normal thing. Y'all not trying to have no kids. And if y'all do, y'all only want one. I don't know too many families in the 90s that only had one kid. That was very rare. You're not even trying to dress modestly nowadays. You think 90s men were okay with their women coming outside half naked? No, that was not a thing. What's happening here is you are falling in love with the music and thinking all the men were like what the music is saying. And I'm not saying a lot of men were not. What I am saying is those men also had a standard. And most women in 2025 do not fit the standard of 90s men. That's just the reality of it. But you know what? I know you are not going to listen to me because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why are you single right now?
Because the men are not enough rich to take care of me.
So you're looking for a rich man?
Yes. Yes, I want to be spoiled.
Why does he have to be rich?
Because I want to be spoiled. Because I make my own money and I need to be dominated.
So you couldn't dominate the man who you were out earning?
I'm submissive. No, I cannot.
So the man that you want, what do you expect from him financially?
I accept him to change my life and, I don't know, take care of me, give me security.
He has to pay for everything,
Yes,
take you on trips,
yes, of course.
whatever you want. It doesn't matter the cost. He should be able to get it.
Yes, exactly.
But you're 29 now.
Yes.
Do you think that if you met a multimillionaire in Miami, that he's going to say, yeah, I'll give that to her? Or is he going to give it to the 23-year-old girl?
I look young, I look fresh, I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I think I look 23.
Okay,
Do you?
that question's up for debate. But he gives you that, right? How do you support that multimillionaire in his life?
Just me?
Just you?
Yes.
But what do you bring?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah. It's hard to be a woman today, so, and we get down, so.
This video has some women and moms upset. I'm about to play it for you, then explain what's happening. She got a bit of criticism and it started an argument because people are saying, should kids start asking their dad's side of the story when their mom claimed that their dad didn't want them? You got some bitter moms in the comments saying that this is probably heartbreaking to her mom, that her mom knows best, because if he couldn't be a good husband, how could he be a good dad? Some say he could have been a great dad, but a horrible husband. Now, a lot of people stated that this happened to them where they were deprived from a relationship with their dad because of their mom, and they didn't find out the truth that their dad actually wanted them until they were older or adults. I'm gonna be honest with you. You should not stop a dad from being a dad because you got beef with him. That's weird. I'm not gonna sit here and say every dad is good. There are deadbeat and bad dads. But don't keep your kid away from the dad because you got some type of bitter beef with him. I'm happy for these two. Hope, their relationship keep growing.
My ex-boyfriend just got married. We broke up 3 years ago. He just got married. And then according to his wedding registry website and the story of their love, he was dating her while he was dating me. We were concurrent. And that's fun. Isn't that fun? And I'm not one for sharing on the internet, I don't do that, but I feel a need to shout this from the town square. Because he took my virginity and then I guess took her on a walk. I met his parents one weekend at their beach house and then I guess she came up the next weekend. So isn't that fun? Isn't that fun to be a ghost? Be a ghost, be a mime. Hello, can anyone hear me? The answer is no. So this is wild. This is wild. Also, I was 20, he was 27. Crucial information there. We isolated together during the pandemic. And I guess they did as well. When? Okay, so that's so fun. And if anyone has any tips on how to handle these feelings, because I don't even know what they are, thank you so much for the hack. The hack on how to deal with this. Because it's crazy, and it's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. Because what do you mean? Thank you.
No, this is not just a protest, but one to end the lives of millions of U.S. men, with millions participating and nowhere left for men to run. People were terrified after the results of the U.S. election had led many women to participate in a movement called 4B, which has women encouraging other women to avoid men completely by breaking up with their current boyfriends or husbands, avoid having children with men, rejecting traditional female jobs, and for some, to even quit jobs owned by men. With even viral videos with hundreds of thousands of likes and thousands of saves, encouraging women to poison their lover's food with agua tofana.
And who can't divorce their husband, look up agua tofana.
And if your wife or girlfriend is doing this, get out now. The movement started in South Korea with women going 6 years without any interaction with men, as well as Korea having a significant 21% decline in the population in just 1 year. And soon the US will have no one left. While I agree with the sentiment of a feminist movement, unfortunately this movement would likely not work as half the country's women endorse Trump.
You're right, ladies. Men only want one thing. And that one thing is not what you're thinking. What men want is a big piece of property and peace and quiet. The house doesn't even need to be big. Just enough where they could stand on their back porch stare at that sunset with a drink in their hand, cigar in their teeth, and hearing no cars, no loud music from the neighbors next door. Just the animals, the insects buzzing, and the crackling roar of the fire. That peace and quiet. That's what all men want.
And I like what Lucas was saying when essentially he was talking about men need quiet to kind of regenerate their energy. And that's because a man needs time to think. You want that man to be a leader, a protector, and a provider. What do you think he's doing when he goes hunting? He's quiet so he can think. I don't know what you guys do or how you guys play chess, but a lot of times they're not talking so much. They're thinking like a lot. They're not going to be doing a whole lot of talking. They're thinking, right? When you have professional sports, they do a lot of talking on the field, but during film study, they're thinking, okay, how do we do this? Oh, okay. So, and they're explaining things. They're talking about strategy and the game plan. But before they even before they get to film, you have coaches and players might be sitting in a room by themselves, just watching, just observing, trying to figure out what it is that they need to do in order to be successful. When you go to the gym and you have somebody shooting in the gym by themselves, they're not doing a whole lot of talking. Whole lot of noise being made, but that's the sound of the basketball, it's the sound of the net or the rim, the backboard, sound of their feet, their shoes on the floor, but they're not talking. They might just sit in there after they get tired by themselves in silence, drinking an energy drink or a Gatorade or something like that, trying to replenish their energy, not saying anything. Trying to think about getting mental reps, what's going on. And modern women don't like that. They think that's loneliness. They don't understand it.
If you don't know how to take accountability for your actions, you are going to destroy every relationship you ever try to build. Most women say they want communication, honesty, and emotional maturity, right? But the moment they're called out, they flip the script, they gaslight, deflect, or say, I only acted this way because you did this. That is not accountability. That is avoidance. And that's exactly why good men check out and shut down. Listen carefully. Accountability does not make you weak. Get that out of your freaking head. It doesn't make you less feminine. It's actually one of the most magnetic things about a woman. A man feels safe with a woman who can own her behavior instead of trying to justify it. When you refuse to take ownership, you teach him that your emotions will always outweigh logic, that every disagreement you have will turn into the blame game. And when that happens, he stops opening up, not because he doesn't care, but because it's not safe for him to do so. A real apology sounds like this. I'm sorry for what I said. I can see how that made you feel. I will do better next time. That's it. That is growth. That is maturity. The second you say, I'm sorry, but you've already lost the moment. Men, this part is for you. You need to put your foot down and make her realize that this behavior is not okay. When you keep letting it slide, you're teaching her that disrespect is negotiable. You're not helping her grow. You're enabling the dysfunction. Real men hold the line, not to dominate, but to protect the standard of respect between you two. Accountability is what separates a woman who is healed from a woman who is still reacting from her wounds. It's not about being perfect, but it's about being aware. When both people learn and acknowledge how to own their own energy, you stop breaking what was meant to build you. Learn how to take some accountability. It's not that hard. Put your ego down. Learn.
Why do men talk about women turning 30 and being single as if it's like the worst thing in the world? They're free from you. We should have a ceremony. They're blessed. They're free from your shit. That's awesome. You don't like them anymore? That's great.
Okay, first of all, men aren't talking about, this is ridiculous. Men aren't talking about 30 as, oh, you're 30 years old, like good for nothing. That's not what's happening. Okay. We know that these ages, by the way, when people marry, are getting older and older and older, right? We used to say 35 was when the women would start to panic. It's not even that anymore. I always find myself going into that 35, but I'm like, no, Jed, that was like 5 years ago. Now it's more like 38, 39, 40 now where the panic sets in. Guys aren't saying that about you at 30. What they are saying is that, wow, if I want to have, 5 kids and I want to have a big family and I want to take my time and all of these things, what is my best route to do that, right? And so, yeah, they're looking at your age. And also they're saying, what has she been doing for the last 10 years to get an attitude like this? This woman is like just seething resentment and anger. And does she seem happy to you? Does she seem happy? Does that education that she's so proud of and the fancy degree that she's so proud of, does she seem happy? Or perhaps would another woman who didn't do that, who came, out of high school, maybe went to some little bit of college, wasn't particularly ambitious, but got like a small job helping her family out, is, super feminine, is, didn't have all the stress of the career climb, is, in her like feminine energy, is happy, is watching the, oh, look at the grass, it looks so pretty today, is calm. And who would a guy choose? Just tell me, who would you choose? It's so obvious, right? Do you need a headache like this because she has a fancy degree? Or do you need someone who's just content, right?
I'm going to tell you why men are lonely, okay? And I hate to say it, man, but you did it to yourself, all right? Here's the thing. As a man, I'm asking you guys, you're a man, is why are you guys letting yourselves go? Why have you guys completely lost the concept of caring or putting any type of maintenance into yourself? You guys have horrific credit. You guys are terrible at managing money. You guys are completely out of shape, like horrifically out of shape. You've completely lost the idea of dental care. Your teeth look insane.
Are you kidding? I don't know any men that are guilty of all of these things. Maybe 1 or 2 occasional men. Very rare, though.
You're balding.
First of all, a man can't control that. Men make comments about our gray hair or our wrinkles. Second, a lot of men look absolutely hot bald.
All right, and your beards don't connect, and you guys have no fashion sense. On top of that, you guys are rude. You're not even nice. Talking to you guys is like watching paint dry.
You literally made a whole video ripping apart men you don't even know, and then you claim that men are rude. And there are tons of men who don't have any of the things you just listed off. In fact, they're the opposite. They've got good credit, they're responsible, they do their best, they work out, whatever. And way to announce the type of men you've dated. Insulting the entire population isn't you being discerning, it's you deflecting from your poor selection and your poor boundaries and your overall attitude scaring away all the good men. And do you really think this type of video attracts the good men to you? Because they see this and they're like, I don't want anything to do with this type of attitude. It's just so weird to me how often I see videos from women who clearly don't understand anything about men trying to give out dating advice when they don't even understand the basics about men. You want a good man? Men thrive on respect. Men love women with great attitudes that are kind, understanding, empathetic, not ones that are obsessed with superficial things. Men will not chase you or try to audition for you, especially when you're full of contempt towards an entire gender. Men don't see videos like this and think, wow, this is so motivational, I'm gonna work on myself. No, they look at this video and they're like, I'm not gonna engage with a woman like this. It's one thing to make a video maybe saying something along the lines of, I'm just not attracted to men who neglect their health or their finances or their self-care. I want a man that prioritizes those things. That would be okay, but saying all men have messed up teeth or whatever, and then also walking around and saying men are the problem instead of having enough humility to realize that no one is perfect and everyone has qualities about themselves they need to work on.
Okay, let's talk. A lot of women want a masculine man, but then you all show up in the relationship acting like his competition, not his counterpart. You say you want a leadership, presence, effort, protection, but your energy blocks every single thing you say you want. So let me break this down real quick, because if you can't embody these 5 traits, you're not calling in masculine energy, you're repelling it. Number 1, receptivity. Girl, let him show up. Some of you want a man to lead, but you argue with him every time he tries. You want him to plan, but you reject every suggestion. A man doesn't rise where he's micromanaged. He rises where he's received. Second, emotional softness. Listen, hyper independence looks glamorous on Instagram, but in real life, men don't fall for hardness. They fall for warmth. Softness isn't about crying in the corner. It's the vibe, the way you talk to him, the way you look at him, the way you open up without making him feel like he's walking into a fire zone. Softness doesn't make you weak. It makes you magnetic. Third, appreciation. Here's a secret men don't tell you. They notice everything you appreciate and everything you don't. You don't have to throw a parade. Just acknowledge the effort. Men are simple. What gets appreciated gets repeated. What gets criticized gets deleted. If you want consistency, you better recognize effort, because no man keeps pouring into a woman who acts like it's bare minimum. Number 4, emotional accountability. And this one separates grown women from emotional toddlers. Your triggers, your wounds, your past hurt, that's your homework. A man cannot fix pain he didn't cause. And when you throw emotional chaos at him every time you're overwhelmed, you're being irresponsible. Accountability sounds like, I'm upset, but I know this isn't all on you. This is my trigger, not your disrespect. Men don't run away from emotions. They run away from blame. Number 5, respect. The one thing that turns a man from I'm here for a good time to I'm here for the long term. Respect doesn't mean yes, sir. Respect his tone. Respect is not talking to him sideways. Respect is not emasculating him because you're annoyed. Respect is not comparing him to other men, like a TikTok trend. By the way, stop doing that. If you can't speak to him with respect when you're mad, he'll never trust you with his heart when he's soft. Respect is the entry point to his masculinity. Not beauty, not vibes, respect. Feminine energy isn't about dresses, makeup, or being girly. It's about your emotional posture. Your softness invites his strength. Your receptivity invites his leadership. Your appreciation invites his consistency. Your accountability invites his vulnerability. Your respect invites his commitment. And if you're not getting masculinity from him, check the energy you're giving.
A woman said, she asked the question, why do men talk about being 30 and single for women is the worst thing in the world? It's not the worst thing in the world. And what they're saying is in response to a lot of these women becoming 35 and 40 saying, I want a man. Spending their time, years of it, acting crazy, talking crazy, doing silly stuff. Well, let me say, you go and get an education, you start a business, you can go get a home. That's pretty good. Like that's a huge accomplishment. Some of these women out here have started 2 and 3 businesses, making money. That's a huge accomplishment. You got a house, huge accomplishment. You go out here and you get educated. You have a bachelor's, master's, PhD. It's a huge accomplishment, and you should be congratulated for it. But a lot of times y'all put on the back burner a man, and y'all think that the man's gonna be waiting on you, and the man been and told you, whatever you got going on, I'm gonna be there with you, right? But I'm extending my offer now, and you're telling him, well, I don't want that offer now. I want you to wait 8 to 9 years until I get out of my party phase and whatever I'm doing, and then I'll decide to come to you. And by the way, by the time I come back to you, I might have a child or 2. By the time that I come back to you, I might not be in the greatest of shape that you see me now. By the time that I come back to you, I might be a little bit more entitled. So essentially, in a lot of different areas, you get an even worse version of me than what you're seeing right now.
What men really want is a woman who's peaceful, calm, loyal, and who's just comfortable and easy to be around. They have enough headaches in life. If they're doing their job as a man, if they're going out and they're making money and they're working hard and they're putting food on the table and they're putting a roof over your head, they got enough. They don't need to come home to a headache. Let's just be realistic. They don't. So you don't automatically benefit a man by existing. You benefit a man when you act and behave in a way that compliments him, A, meaning you're not trying to be the man. Let him be the man, you be the woman. And B, when you aren't a constant and steady drain on his life.
Today we're playing Matchmaker with
Mark.
Are you single?
I am.
How old are you? 43.
Tell me about the type of relationship dynamic you'd be interested in getting into.
With someone who's kind, high energy, funny, got their own stuff going on.
Are you interested in having children somewhere down the line? Do you already have children?
I don't have any children, and yeah, I'm interested, yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a partner in a healthcare consultancy.
What do you like to do for fun? What are some of your hobbies, your interests?
Being from England, I'm like big into football, soccer, and tennis, and I also play in a band and sing and play guitar in a band as well here, and used to do one in London as well. So, yeah.
What type of music do you play?
We do like pop, rock, classics, and we'd quite like to do like mashups of them and stuff as well, so it's kind of cool.
Awesome. What are some of your favorite spots to go out to here in New York City?
I love Barbuto, Ostermill, Chouquette, these kind of places.
Do you have something that would be an ultimate deal breaker for you?
Not wanting kids, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not like massive on smoking and things like that, so I guess they'd be the two.
What would be your ultimate dream first date? You have unlimited fun, sky's the limit, you can do anything you'd like. What would you like to do?
The romantic in me would say, let's go back to Europe. Let's like hit something up in like one of my like old haunts in like London, rooftop bar, Big Ben, something like that. Let's play the British. But maybe in New York, just something a bit more simple, like chilled out, like cocktail bar, view of the city, that kind of thing.
Okay. So, well, if anyone is interested in Mark, send us a message or comment down below, and we'll put you in touch.
Okay, story time about the most uncomfortable date I've ever been on and why I'm no longer on Hinge. Before I even tell you what happened, I need to show you the text. So he goes, "Hey, let's get Thai food in Venice on Friday. Meet me here at 7:30. No question marks. Like, what if I didn't like Thai food? Then what? Or if 7:30 didn't work? Then what? Then the day of the date, let's actually get sushi. Meet me here at 7:30. Again, no question marks. Meet me, no discussion. Awesome. Like, what are you bossing me around for? Maybe have some regard for my interests. Maybe ask, oh, do you like Thai food? Do you like sushi? No, it's whatever he's craving.
I guarantee to you that the reason why that man made plans like that and then just told you the plans, it is not because that is what he wanted and he was totally disregarding what you wanted and he was being selfish. Absolutely not. It is actually because that man has heard from at least 10 to 20 women before you that they want a man that just sets a plan and tells them the time and place to be. Especially on that first date. Like, that is a running theme of messaging that men are getting. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong here, but that is what I'm seeing. And the bottom line is that your response in that text message was pretty much that you were totally okay with that. So yeah, that can be a little confusing to him now that you have a problem with it. I bet you anything, if he sees this video, like, he will be completely in shock. He will be totally confused, having no idea that that was actually problematic for you. And even though the date didn't turn out well, because come to find out, you guys just do not align in a lot of things, it doesn't mean that he did anything wrong at the start of it. I think what is more important is that the lesson learned here is to communicate what you actually like and don't like, because a lot of people will make assumptions about what all women want or what all men want, but there are differences between each other.
If you feel like your husband is distant from you emotionally, this could be why. You are not giving him peace, which is the one thing that every man not only wants, but needs. Now, I could sit here and give you a list of things to do, like initiate more often, keep the house clean, don't nag him or cook for him often. And all these things can help create peace, but you can still do every single one of these things and your house still feel tense if it is not overflowing from a place of respect in your heart. When a man truly feels respected, he feels safe. He feels like he can come home and finally drop his swords. That is what empowers and enables him to be able to open up to you emotionally. Again, respect goes way deeper than just doing all of the right things. It comes from genuinely caring about his well-being. And when you have this heart posture of respect, submission and service onto your husband doesn't feel forced. Naturally begins to increase. You begin to joyfully cook for him or joyfully pick up after him without building resentment. So that all sounds great, but how do we actually get there? It does not come by willpower, but it comes through Christ. When you know Jesus and you commit to being a disciple of his, not only does your heart change, but the fruit of the Spirit ends up becoming something that your husband can actually eat off of. Submission to Christ first is how you cultivate a peaceful home for your husband, and watch him begin to open up to you emotionally.
A man's job is to protect his woman. Simple. So why would you be okay with her putting herself in an environment full of drunk men, alcohol, and attention? Protection isn't just physical. It's what you allow, what you tolerate, and how you lead. Bars, clubs, nightlife, those places are built for temptation, attention, validation, lowered inhibitions. That is the reality, okay? It's not just about going out and having fun. And whether people want to admit it or not, when you step into that, you're stepping into an energy that doesn't belong in a relationship unless you guys are together. That slowly chips away at the trust and the respect and loyalty that you have. Every time she needs that spotlight, she's pulling energy away from the relationship. And let's flip it on the men, okay? Shall we? If you're encouraging it or brushing it off like, you know what, I trust her, you might, but you're still putting her in the environment. You know what comes with it. Ladies, ask yourself, is that quick hit of validation worth a long-term hit to respect? And men, lead a little bit better. Protect your woman, protect the relationship. Stop acting like girls' night out is nothing. It always costs something. And before you come at me, because I know you're going to, I'm talking about the rule, not the exception, okay? And I'm specifically talking about bars, clubs, and nightlife scenes, not a restaurant or a coffee shop or a nursery.
Part of the problem is that, you talked about my tagline, helping you vet men. One of the biggest things is that women don't know the signs of what to look for. So they will come out all big-eyed and excited and hopeful, hopeless romantic, and they'll pour into a guy who it's like the big bad wolf, who's got the horn, the fangs, and the fur, but Little Red Riding Hood didn't see it. And now she goes, that's how all men are. All men move dirty, all men. But if you know how to vet, and you only take time with guys who are eligible bachelors, because it's one thing if you date a guy, you're just not a good fit. It doesn't leave you with emotional scars and heartache and trauma. But if you manage to get a guy and you know how to treat him, oh my God, the softer side of Sears. Like if you take a man and you get to pour into him and he lets his guard down and he's vulnerable, men are incredible. So when I hear women talking about men ain't this, I'm like, not the ones I encounter.
I done made some hard men very, very soft, and I like. All right, winos, if you enjoy shows like this and would like to see more with me on stage in your city, well, I'm coming. Tickets on sale right now. Link in the description box as well as the bio. Hurry up now while tickets last, okay?
Men want traditional women, but forget that traditional men paid all the bills, fixed things around the house, and never asked, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Young men be so quick to call a woman masculine or too independent, but don't want to help her in the areas she's been forced to survive in.
Yeah.
You can't expect her to be soft and feminine when she's out here doing everything on her own. So stop saying women don't cook like grandma, because most of y'all men don't pay bills like granddad. Traditional women existed because traditional men led, provided, and protected without question.
Yeah.
A woman is only soft when she feels safe. She rests in her femininity when she has a man who steps up, takes responsibility, and makes her feel secure. So if you want a traditional woman, be the man she can depend on, not another weight she has to carry.
How would you men feel if women start coming out saying, look, I don't want no relationship with you. I don't want no relations with you. I just want to you, slut you out, and send you by your way.
I don't know how to feel. That's a tough one. Let me get back to it. That's a toughie. Slut me out and this. Some of y'all already doing that.
I'm sorry, but it's something about a man who is just so masculine just by being in silence. Like, he don't gotta do all that hooting and hollering. He don't gotta wear super flashy clothes. He don't have to, just make his presence known with his mouth or his physical anything. He could just be sitting in silence and just, I don't know. Like, it's just something about them men who are just, you can see the confidence without them even saying anything. Like, come here, you little mysterious Joe.
And I really like the segment where the woman was talking about if you feel like your man is emotionally distant from you, And she goes through a pretty good number of reasons why. And then she made the example of, if a man has to walk into his house and not be able to put his sword down, then you have a problem. And you really do. If you think about it, a man, when he comes home, just like you are, you might come to the house and say, okay, I'm going to take my bra off. I want to feel comfortable. I don't want to feel restricted. What if a man comes in and says, you got to keep that thing on? And you're like, I am uncomfortable. I want to slip into some nice, loose, baggy clothes. You know, I want to let my hair down and just, you know, kind of sort of honestly, truly eat whatever I want, do whatever I want. I want to relax. Maybe it's the same thing for a man. Without the bra, that I hope. Without the bra. I want to be able to come home, relax, eat whatever I want, kind of do whatever I want. But you got responsibility. Why don't you have responsibility? Well, I am. I did the dishes. You put them in the dishwasher. That's, come on, guys. You know what I mean? I cooked dinner. That took you 20 minutes to do. And let me say, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm just saying. Give that man the level of respect that you want him to give you.
It is crazy how when we get into a relationship with a man, it's no longer on our timing as a woman. You see, a man can get married in less than 6 months, or he can wait 5 to 7 years. It depends on that woman. Men don't rush into marriage at all. They just move fast when certainty shows up. People often think getting married fast is super impulsive, but it's actually clarity. If you haven't noticed how the world runs, men move fast when the right conditions exist. Here's what's usually present when a man gets married super fast. Number one, that woman brings him peace. Being with that woman feels easier than being alone because there's no emotional roller coaster, there's no drama and no chaos. Number two is respect. He feels respected in how she talks to him, how she trusts him, and also supports his leadership. Number three is emotional safety. He can talk to her and be honest without anything being used against him later. Number four is consistency. Her energy, affection, and behavior don't change based on milestones or pressure. Number five, she believes in him. She believes in his vision even when results haven't shown up yet. Number six is alignment. They want the same life, values, direction, not just love. When all of those things exist in a woman, a man does not feel rushed. He actually feels secure. And we all know when a man feels secure, he's not waiting. He's going to get what he wants.
Have you heard of the man versus bear thought experiment?
Yes, and I too would choose the bear.
Okay, so for our male listeners, set this up. What is this thought experiment?
So you can put any woman in your life like in the scenario.
Okay.
It's like, because you can even ask a man, like if it was your daughter who is in the woods, would you want her alone in the woods with a bear or with a man?
Yeah, and what do women say?
Always they will pick the bear.
Always?
My algorithm might know me, but I have not seen one of the TikToks where someone picks the man.
Okay, so take me through the reasoning. Why is that?
Well, I guess like with a bear, you know what to expect. And you like, and it's like what it wants is very clear and it feels a little easier to navigate. And all bears are pretty much the same. With a man, it could be anything and you don't know what to expect and you don't know. The worst case with a man feels potentially worse than the worst case with a bear. Is that like, I mean, it sounds bananas, but that's how it feels.
To everybody who was talking about the dad who jumped over the Disney cruise ship to save his daughter, listen to this new information that Broward County Police released. I made this video a couple of months ago and the comment section is insane. People assuming that the father did this, he's no hero for what he did. The man had a spinal fracture. Yeah, he's not even the one who put her on the porthole railing. The mother did to take photos. Broward County has released that the three of them were walking on deck 4 when mom stopped with the daughter and put her on the railing to take a picture. Now, according to police, mom said she believed that there was plexiglass on the porthole. After the little girl fell in, dad heard mom screaming and without hesitation, he jumped in and he saved her. When he jumped in, he couldn't see her because of the waves, and so he heard her screaming and he told her, keep screaming, keep screaming. He was eventually able to find her in the water, and with a spinal fracture, he was able to tread water for 20 minutes until they were rescued. He was surprised that they were rescued. And as a parent, I know that he jumped in knowing the chances were slim to none, but he wasn't letting his baby girl go alone. So as I said in my first video, he's a hero.
Never marry a woman until she passes these 5 tests. Test 1, respect under anger. Pay attention when she's mad, not when she's sweet. Does she insult you? embarrass you, or does she stay controlled? Test 2 is the peace test. Ask yourself this question honestly. Does she make your life easier or more stressful? Lighter or heavier? Relationships should feel like peace, not a second job. Test 3, loyalty without supervision. How does she move when you're not around? Is she respectful, private, or busy entertaining attention? Pure loyalty does not need constant monitoring. Test 4 is the hard times test. Whenever you lose something, whatever it may be, watch her reaction. Is she supportive or is she distant and irritated? Anyone can love you at your peak. Only a few will stay if you fall. Test 5 is cooperation. Can she follow your lead without turning everything into a debate? Don't mistake this with control or fear. This is cooperation. 2 captains are more likely to sink the ship than 1. Beauty, chemistry, and excitement eventually all fade.
Every single man that I know will always tell me that a cute girl is way more attractive than like a super hot, like Victoria's Secret model type girl. Literally heard every single one of my guy friends talk about this before, and it stuns me. And then I just saw a dude make a video like this, and I had to weigh in. And like, I don't know what it is. Like, girls, tell me if I'm wrong or not, but when a dude calls me cute, I'm almost like, I'm sorry, what? Cute? Me? No, you got the wrong girl. But actually, it's apparently way better to be cute than it is to be super hot. 95% of men, if you put a cute girl, super cute girl next to a super hot girl, you put them side by side, 95% of men are gonna pick the cutie.
This is absolutely true, because cute equals nice, genuine, and down to earth, whereas hot can include bad attitude and arrogance. So yeah, for guys, when they're calling somebody cute, it's because of their personality combined with their outward appearance, whereas hot can just mean outward appearance.
So let's nip this man versus bear conversation in the bud right now. The question is, would you rather be in the forest alone with a man or a bear? Not a or a bear. What percentage of men do y'all think are? That's what's really getting to me, because y'all make it seem like it's a 50-50% chance. Like, oh, he might be me, he might not. Have you lost your mind? And before y'all answer that in the comments, because it is a question and I do want an answer, what percentage of men do y'all think are? And when you answer, I want you to put it in the form of a sentence of the men that are in your life. So that way we can bring this back to reality. So I want you to say, of my 3 brothers, 2 of them are. Of my 6 male cousins, 3 of them are. Of my 5 male friends, 2 of them are. I want you to give me those numbers. And I think about this in real life because I have brothers in real life. And if somebody out there chose to be in the forest with a bear as opposed to one of my brothers because you thought there was even a chance that one of them might rape you, bitch, fight me right now. No, fight me right now.
You know what? Y'all women don't want no good man. No, y'all don't. Y'all want the thugs. Yeah, y'all want the guys that's gonna break y'all heart. Yeah, you do. You keep on talking to the same type of dudes. Yes, you do. Be quiet. You do. You don't want the good guys, the simps. The guys that stay in the house and won't cheat on you. You don't want him. He's too boring, right? He's too lame. He's not attractive. Girl, you better enjoy that peace that comes with that man. That man offers peace that you ain't never had in your entire life. You hear me? You better get with that man because of what he can do for your soul. You better get with that man for what he can do for your soul. Not for what he can do. Oh, he look good out here. Oh, he fine. Oh, baby, that don't mean anything. The older you get, you want peace and stability and love. That's it. That's all you should ever want from a man. Stop saying y'all want a good man when you ain't even attracted to what a really good man offers you, okay?
I can't tell if women are saying they are the table because they really believe that, or they really just don't know what to bring to the table. But what I was taught a woman is supposed to bring to the table is, number 1, respect. Number 2, an open mind. Number 3, the ability to be taught and to be led. Number 3, assistance, support. Number 4, a good attitude. Be happy, be loving, be warm, be vulnerable. Okay? And then you're supposed to bring questions if you have them. Okay? Be authentic, be selfless, be ready to give. Okay? Don't be looking for what you could take. Give as much as you can as a woman. Okay? And then everything that you gather from all of that, teach it to your children. Be prepared to teach those kids. Somebody once said to me, don't have children if you're not prepared to teach them what you've learned. That hit deep for me.
Ask a man what a good woman is and watch him describe a maid. And honestly, this quote is true for far too many men, but not all men. Because when some people describe their ideal women, they don't talk about her dreams or her ambitions or her opinions. They talk about what she can do for them. She should cook, she should clean, she should never argue, she should take care of his parents, she should support his career. And somehow that's called being a good woman. But a partner is not hired to make your life easier. They are there to build a life with you. A good woman is not someone who sacrifices her identity to become useful. She is someone who is respected for who she is and not just for what she provides. And honestly, the best relationships are not built on one person serving the other. They are built on partnership where both people can contribute, both people care, and both people are free to be fully themselves. Because if your definition of love only includes what someone can do for you, you probably are not looking for a partner, you're looking for a house help.
In light of Men's Mental Health Month, I want to let this be known. If your man says no, that does not mean that he does not like you, that he does not find you attractive, or anything else in between. Because the amount of times I'll see a woman complain about, oh, nobody can tell me no. Huh? Because, ma'am, you sounding a little rapey right now. You're sounding very rapey right now because let a man tell you that. Y'all be some hypocrites, y'all. Why am I seeing women basically admit that they be boyfriends? What? This is never that serious. And this is why I keep saying lustful demons, because y'all genuinely be lustful as demons. It's okay to not have for one time. If anything, that will make the next time you have better. Practice abstinence. Practice celibacy. Like, bro, like, I don't know what's going on with this generation.
You know, and when we explore the man versus bear argument, when we explore that, a woman, you know, she was saying essentially, you kind of know what to expect with the bear. With a man, you don't really know, honestly and truly, what a man is going to do. But actually, you do know what to expect. You just don't want to give it. Man says, well, I'm looking for peace. And you say, well, I'm not going to be your peace. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give that to you. You do know what to expect. A lot of times these men, they tell you what they want. Why aren't men approaching? They tell you why they're not approaching. That's not something that you're willing to give. But I tell you what, when you walk in those woods and you walk by a bear, what are you doing? Giving the bear space. Well, if I holler and scream and loud enough, then the bear is going to leave. Right. Do you get it? Let me ask you a question. Do you get up in that bear's face and holler and scream? Or do you scream from afar? Move, get away. Hey, no, move. Bear, no, don't do it. You keep your distance from that bear. Because you know if you get in that bear's face, that bear is liable to knock your face off. You know that. So you stay a safe distance from that bear because you know that bear is dangerous. But let me tell you what y'all do. Y'all get in the man's face. Y'all holler and scream and you point. And a man don't be knocking you out like that bear does. He be letting you do it. Some of these men, you be in their face and they don't do anything until you hit them in their face. Till you come in there pushing on them. You would not go into that forest pushing on a bear. You would not walk into a bear's living spaces, his quarters, talking crazy, sitting by their campfire. I'm just joking. Sitting by whatever they got going on, taking their food. You would not be doing that. You would not be just waltzing into whatever they got going on. This is your side. You stay on your side. I'm going to stay on my side. And of course, in that situation, you know what to expect. I know if I stay over here, the bear is going to leave me alone. The bear is not going to bother me. I know if I respect the bear's boundaries, then I'm going to be okay. But for some reason, when we get to men, it gets a little mixed up. All of a sudden, I don't know what to expect from a man. If you disrespect a man, then yes. If you disrespect a human being, then you don't. If a man goes out there and cheats on a woman, and a woman, I think they actually have a name for it, crime of passion. If a woman goes out there after being cheated on and pulls out a toy on a man and lets it go off, lets it ring out 4 or 5 times, she might get off, depending on what her mental state is. She might get off.